Welcome back to the Keeping You OnStage Podcast. Today, we are joined by an extraordinary guest whose career spans elite training, collegiate excellence, international performance, and high-level coaching leadership. She is currently the head coach of the Weber State dance team, where she has led the program to multiple national and world titles since 2020. Erica Williams-Jordan, thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to have you. Erica, you began coaching early and later served as the assistant coach for Ottawa University.
Yes.
Cheer and dance team, as well as Hillcrest drill team.
Yep.
What did those early coaching years teach you about developing athletes? That's a lot of coaching.
Yeah. I think they were honestly pivotal because I came from ASU, which was like a very dominant program when I was there. Like we won ICU Worlds, like we got second place and only were getting beat by like Minnesota. Like we were in the top 3. So I was coming from like what I would call peak athleticism to when I joined Ottawa University. It was the very first year that they had opened this school because they had a school in Kansas, but they opened an athletic campus in Surprise, Arizona. And so pretty much how I got it is they offered me the job and were like, we'll pay for your grad school if you coach our dance team and cheer team. And I was like, yeah, sounds great. And so I quit my corporate job and I went there. But the catch was I wasn't allowed to cut anyone. So if they walked in the door, they made the team. And I think that was really hard in the sense of like I was literally having to go back to the basics. Like I remember holding auditions and there were like 9 kids there and some of them were turning in the wrong direction. It was like a college dance team and I had to take them. And so it really taught me like the fundamentals of dance. And so I did that for 2 years. And, you know, we got people doing Alsa Cones, like actually doing like hip hop moves, timeouts that we weren't fearful of going out there and maybe someone's going to actually forget what they're doing. And then I transitioned to Hillcrest after 2 years. I honestly never thought I would move home, but I just like had a gut feeling that I needed to move home. My sister had a pretty tough year. The year before I went to go coach with her, a girl passed away on the way to practice. She just was not in like a great headspace, obviously. And she had just had 2 kids. And so I just had this feeling that I needed to go. And I got there and it was really amazing. But because of the accident that happened, it was a restart. We only had 7 returners. And so once again, we took almost every single person that came to tryouts, which was super tough for my sister because Hillcrest, as you know, has always been a super dominant program. And it did feel like we were starting from ground zero. But I honestly loved that year. It was so fun. We almost made it to state finals. We didn't even have to go to quarters.
That's cool.
If they would have done a wild card that year, we would have been the wild card, but it was COVID. So, you know, all the things. But, yeah, I don't know. I think what was so important about those beginning years is 1, I learned how to teach the fundamentals of dance and 2, make dance fun and be something that we love and not lose the joy in the journey. Because I think for me at ASU, my time was incredible. But by my senior year, I think I had kind of lost the joy in the journey, if that makes sense. And when I was coaching in my earlier years, I remembered how much I love dancing and how sometimes the silly stuff that happens in practice is just silly stuff. And it's a bad moment, not a bad day or a bad life. And so I think I was really able to like put that into my coaching and make dancing really fun and something where we worked so hard. Like every practice, you're going to sweat your guts out, but we're going to enjoy that. So I think that's what it taught me.
You also taught and traveled with Epic Drill and Cheer for their camps for nearly a decade. Was that pre your like college or just pre-Weber?
Just pre-Weber. Okay, I did it from 2012 to 2020.
Oh my goodness.
And then I think 2020 was my last summer and then I got hired on Weber right after.
That is so fun. What keeps you passionate about teaching dance and mentoring all the dancers?
I think what keeps me passionate about dance in general is dance is an outward expression of how you feel inside. And I think it transcends all languages, all the stuff that we get caught up on like how people look, how people believe, and everything. And it can just be something that's super universal. And I think that's super important to teach all ages. But even especially going into college, I think, you know, those are really crucial years from 18 to 22 years old where kids are developing. And if you can help them learn to fight through pain, to love something, to love working hard. I think it just teaches so many lessons that will make them a better person. I know dance has made me a better person, and I've been super fortunate in my journey to have success. But even if after high school I never danced again, I think I still would have been a better person and a better human for society because of the lessons I learned in dance. And my hope is that I can just be that for somebody else. And if I can impact one person's life in a positive way, then I feel like I've done my job.
I love that so much. No. That is so, I just feel like if you're a dancer, you know that, right? Like you know that passion, you know what dance can teach you, and I don't know what it pulls out of you, what it brings out of you. And so I love that you're emphasizing all of the things. Yeah. So, and dance isn't for everyone. Yeah. But
no, I think dance, it's like ratatouille. Everyone can cook. Everyone can dance. Not everyone can dance well. Not everyone finds joy in cooking, but there is a place for it.
I love that so much.
But you know what I found that's so neat? I just went to a ballet last weekend, and then even just like going to the drill competitions and watching college and things like that. I feel like more people are supporting
1,000
dance and the arts in general. I think it is so neat. Just sitting at the ballet, like there was people there, and obviously this is so judgmental, but I'm like, you guys were not dancers, but you're here supporting the arts. Like it was really neat to see, and it was a full house, and going to the jazz game or even just a football game, and how everyone's supporting the dancers and the cheerleaders and things like that. I love that it's just becoming, people are just supporting it more than they ever have.
Yeah.
So it's really,
thankfully.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's encouraging.
Yeah, it
and they're
really
taking
is.
It more seriously than they did when we were young.
Yeah. So. I think so. I think a big part of it, and we always talk about this too, is I feel like we had to really fight to be like, oh no, dancers are athletes, and they'd be like, yeah, no, like your art, which we are. But I think society in general is accepting that dancers are incredible athletes. Yeah. And some of the best and strongest athletes are dancers. Yeah. And I think everyone's more accepting of that and understanding of that. Yeah. But I don't know. I love it too. Yeah. I think it's so fun. We talk about going to like the drill team competitions and having the UCCU Center be full and tickets are sold out.
Sold out.
Like how? Like you can't even get tickets.
No, you can't even get tickets. Yeah. And back in our day, it was like, oh, you had your parents. Yeah, exactly. And so it's really cool. But moving forward to Weber State, talk about the support, and it's amazing. Yeah. I love that there's another team in Utah that is so like competitive. I love it so much. It's so fun. So since 2020, you've been the head coach of the Weber State dance team. Under your leadership, the program has achieved multiple national, Grand National, Pan American, and world titles. To what do you attribute that sustained success?
I think first and foremost, the culture that we have been able to develop of we are a family. Summer Willis, my boss and my friend, she has such a legacy at Weber State. She's been coaching for 28 years, I think it is now. And just barely, she won her 9th national title in a row, her 4th Grand National title in a row. And her center has always been family. Like we are a family, cheer and dance. And I think that's really unique among most teams. I feel like you don't have that bond where we're trying to support each other. We're trying to help build. I will say when I first got to Weber, they had won 2 national championships before me, but we were just lacking in technical ability. And I think what I really wanted to come into was every practice, we need to get something out of it. We're not just here to, look cute on the sideline, which we also do look cute on the sideline. And that's very important to me, to be our best in everything that we do, though. And that includes, the classroom, how nice of a person you are, how you act in practice. Are you cheering on your teammates? And I think that has been the number one thing that has led us to success, is that we have created a culture where when you come to practice, you are everybody's hype man and you're about to work your literal guts out for 5 hours. And then we know that we've done our best. And I think that has led to our success. I will also say I've had incredible humans that I've gotten to coach and I've recruited. Obviously, I started and we were not a recruitment school at all. I kind of felt like there were some other schools that definitely got like first pick. And then I was literally DMing kids on Instagram being like, you should come to Weber. And I think through my persistence of just like setting big dreams, I had 3 goals for my team. 1, I wanted to win a national title. 2, I wanted to travel outside of the country. And 3, I wanted to get to UDA because that's where I competed as a college athlete. I always had those goals coming into Weber. And so I think I've just been super focused on building the culture, building like in practice, the strength that we would need to find that success, and just being slightly delusional in the fact that it could happen.
I love so cool. I know. I love that so much. How would you describe your coaching philosophy in 3 words?
Faith, family, fun.
Love awesome.
Or passion over perfection. I've really thought about this question. Only because I feel like you have to have faith in yourself. I'm super spiritual, so faith in God as well. And faith in the people around you that they're going to give as much as you're going to give. Families fight sometimes, but they're family and you get over it. You celebrate every high and every low. So I think that's important as a team. And fun. At the end of the day, you might not win, but if you have fun while you're doing it, it's going to be like, those will be the best memories of your life. And then I always say passion over perfection to my team. Like they will all tell you that. Only because we all strive to be our best and to be quote unquote perfect. But if you're hitting 6 pirouettes and making someone feel nothing, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? So I try to really instill in my kids, like, I want to push boundaries. And if, like, especially in practice, like if we can do a combo and you are just giving full, like, face, full energy, you're using all your textures and you fall out of a turn, I do not care. I'm like, getting clean and all that will come later when we're in Natty's routines, but we need to have passion first. So
that is so awesome.
I feel like drill teams are getting there with their like the way that they are expressing themselves when they're dancing. Like they're for sure getting there. But college teams, like that is my favorite part, is just when you watch, I don't know, just their faces. It's my favorite thing ever. I grew up learning, my technique was like, I was a ballet dancer. And so technique was everything.
Yeah.
And so when I watch things, I'm always like, they weren't on releve all the way, or, you know, like I pick out all those things. But when you watch college teams, it like, you miss all of that stuff just because you just want to see their faces. And just the feeling is just amazing. And it's way better than the technical stuff.
Yeah. You can feel the passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
College dance.
And like, I love technique. Like my team is hitting 5. We're doing really hard turn combos. We had a team 540. So I think there is a balance.
Yes.
Obviously. But I just think at the end of the day, like, what are they going to remember? Themselves doing 540s 100 times in practice, or like how they felt dancing with their best friends? I think that's what they're going to remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's great. That's why you have to have both.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I love it. How do you balance the artistic side of dance with the competitive drive that you have to win at the highest level? Let's just clarify that.
I think artistry will always beat out anything else. In the sense of, I'll go back to my Purple Rain year. That was 2 years ago. Tassandra is an incredible choreographer, and she pushed my team, and both technically and artistically, to really convey a story. And I think that was our first goal. Mm-hmm. I never think, like, of course, on our vision boards, we write down like Natty Champs, all those things, but that's never like, we don't like focus on that. Our goal is to like push boundaries within our routine. And at the end of the day, like, dance, you still get judged. So I can't control if I'm going to get first place or not, but I can control how far my dancers reach, how they approach a move, how they're going to make a crowd feel. I can control that. So I feel like that's the focus. Honestly, artistry is more of the focus first. And then like the competitiveness, I'm competitive. Like literally I told my very first team, it's fun to win. It's not fun to just like have fun in practice. Right. That's not fun. So I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean it like I have lost so much in my life. So I know what that feels like, but I do know what it feels like to win a practice. Mm-hmm. I do know what it feels like to X, Y, and Z, right? So I feel like artistry is the focus, but we talk about winning practices every practice. So if our goal is like to use more torso in this section and then to have this count of 8 so much cleaner while keeping the textures, we have won the day. And so I think that's more how I balance it. I don't think of like, I have to be first place because I can't control that. There's only so much I can control. So I focus on the controllables.
That's cool.
Wow. I love that. Winning practice. Mm-hmm. That is great.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Okay. So Erica, for so much of your life, your identity was centered around performing on a stage or a gym floor. But, you have the lights, the audiences, the competition floors, cameras. Now you're in a very different, but equally impactful season of your life as a head coach and as a mother. Yeah. You have a lot. Your hands are full. And you're not a mom of just your 2 little girls, but of your whole team. So, how would you describe what your stage looks like now? What does it mean to you to lead, teach, and parent from this different stage?
I think it means a lot because my upbringing, I was taught at a studio from my aunt and then from someone I would have considered my second mom. And they taught me so many lessons about hard work, believing in yourself, not giving up when things got tough. And I think as a coach now, those are the same lessons I'm trying to teach. And especially to my own kids, like they come to practice. My 3-year-old, she was literally at our concert just while they warmed up before my mom came and picked her up. But she was stretching with my team. And I think what's so cool is my team they're elite. Like they are the best of the best, but they were still happy to have a 3-year-old stretching with them and to teach her how to point her toes. And I tell this to everyone, but at Weaver, we really focus on like, who are you as a human? Because someone one time was like, what's the type of dancer you look for? And I literally said, a good one with a good heart. And I think that's what my stage looks like now is just, I am not perfect and I have my shortcomings. And, I think it's teaching kids that sometimes you have to admit, like, I made a mistake. And that's okay, because I think we're so focused, especially in dance, on being perfect or giving this image that I have it all together. Like, I don't need help. I'm quite the opposite. I feel like I ask for help all the time, and I'm okay when people are like, actually, I can't help you today. I'm like, oh, no big deal. And I think that's what my stage looks like, is just to show people we all have flaws, but we all can help each other. We can all help each other. Mandy Shaw, she one time said, we're all here to help each other walk each other home. And I think that's so important, because without that, like, what are we even doing here as humans, So I think my stage just looks like, of course, I want to be competitive and I want to have the best team in the world, honestly. But I also just want to have the best humans. And if my own kids can see me do that and can be that for them and like for my sweet husband, then I think I have won at life. So.
Wow.
I think so too. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well on your way, I would say, to that. Like, you are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, dance is not always going to be there. You know what I mean?
And it's a hard transition.
It is a hard transition.
When it's gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, like, you are very immersed in dance. And I feel like you kind of keep it. If you love dance, you try to be in it in some sort of a way for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Even if it's just going to support. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But really, at the end of the day, dance is not going to always be there. It's who you are and the people that you surround yourself with and the way that you treat people, and you teaching that to your dancers is so important, because again, like I said, they're not always going to be dancers. And so let's help them be better people.
Yeah.
Like better members of society and people that help others and are kind, and I'm always telling that to my kids. Doesn't matter, just be kind.
Yeah. Just be
Like, especially like my mom, like people sometimes, I feel like there is success in my family, especially in the dance world. And people often ask my parents, what did you guys do? And my dad will always say, I provided the funds. My wife did everything, which my dad did come to like our recital and stuff. But I think what thing my mom really did is she drove us to every practice, or even in high school, if I was really tired, my mom would still drive me to practice. And she would always offer to drive others, or if someone was, you know, down on their luck, like she would help them in any way she could. Because when I was younger, we did not have that much money. And then my parents found success in their restaurants, which was so awesome. So then my mom felt like she could help others along the way. And I think like that's why it all comes back to like, how can we help each other find success? And win or lose, you want to win at life. Yeah. So I think that is crucial. And my mom is like the biggest example of that.
That's so cool.
That is so sweet.
I don't even know your mom, and I love your mom.
I know, me too.
Oh,
like, I
mean,
love her.
You can tell. I mean, she drove you to all the practices growing up.
She's still just,
and she's taking your, she was
yes.
just with you, taking your babies. So I love that.
Libby's the goat.
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
incredible.
That's really cool.
You can already tell that. And I was just thinking, like, dance is such a competitive world.
Yeah.
And so it can be really hard. We all know dancers who maybe didn't treat each other very well, or maybe like I didn't treat someone very well because you're trying to win that spot, or you're trying to make the team, or whatever it is, be the best.
Yeah.
But I love your emphasis on just being kind, and how you say at your practices, you're literally cheering each other on.
Oh yeah, we're really rowdy, and it has to be that way.
That is so, I think that's honestly so great, because what a good example that you're setting and teaching for your team, and just the future of, I would say, dancers throughout the world, honestly, because the world is watching, you know, like it's not just, literally, I was going to say in Utah, but it's not just a Utah thing, like the nation, the world is watching, and kindness always shines brighter than honestly winning. So I love that. Okay. We're going to kind of start wrapping up.
Perfect.
What advice would you give to a young dancer whose dream of performing at a collegiate or commercial or professional level?
I'd say, one, you got to enjoy the journey. You can't get caught up on the trophies. I very rarely, won the VIP scholarship at conventions or this and that. And I have found great success. I didn't grow up at, one of the top 5 studios in Utah. And I think if you do, incredible. Like my brother Carter went to one, obviously stunning. But I think all dancers, no matter what, you have to enjoy the grind, because the grind will always be there in every aspect of life, dance or not dance. But if you can find to enjoy like working so hard, that is like the best thing. Second thing is you have to go to class, whether that's going to like drill team practice and studio, or going to studio 6 days a week. You have to be taking class, and you have to be learning from lots of different people, because I think as a college coach and commercially, you're going to do so many different styles that if you're always being taught by the same person, you're not really expanding your horizons, unless that person's like a unicorn and is teaching you every possible style. You know what I'm saying? Which there are a few of those.
Yeah, sure.
But I feel like, I would say you need to enjoy the journey. You need to be in class, and you need to be making connections, because even your rival, you might dance with them in college, or you might work with them, or you might marry their brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how things are going to be connected. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm just joined a softball league with my husband.
Oh my
because
gosh, how fun.
He played baseball, and I literally warned this girl that I knew through a drill team. Her name's Kayla. She was Viewmont's coach. So she was like, we're looking for 2 couples. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be like, we would love to play. But I did not know in high school when I was competing against her that I was going to then play like co-ed softball when I was 32 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I think like kids just have to remember that sometimes things are not also that deep. Like, that girl looked at me wrong. Well, maybe she was going over her dance and she's about to have a panic attack. So maybe it wasn't even about you. You know what I'm saying? So I just think have fun, enjoy the journey, be in class, be a good human, and actually try to connect with people. Like, don't be fake. Like, and it's okay if you don't like everyone. Like, I don't like everyone and people don't like me, and that's literally fine. Okay. But you should still be nice and give them respect.
You're
great
so
advice.
darling, Erica.
It's
I
really
love
great.
It
Yeah.
is such great advice. And Kayla, she teaches my little daughter dance.
She's an icon.
She's amazing.
Yes.
I love Kayla.
And I think she's going to be good at softball because she's like, well, we might make it to the playoffs. And I was like, Kayla, like, I should probably bring treats or be the cheerleader, but my husband is good. And she's like, we'll take you both.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that is the
You'll have
cutest.
so much fun. They are good though. I've like seen them sometimes.
I'm
play.
genuinely
They're-
terrified. Like,
You'll be
I
amazing.
can't catch a ball. I don't think. So
You
learn.
might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
We played
be
softball
awesome.
back
We
in the
did.
day.
Yeah, back
Pray
in the
for
day.
me.
Yes, you'll be amazing.
But my husband's very excited. So I'm
That's
like,
so fun. What a fun thing to do as couples, right? Like,
yeah.
that is so fun. Good luck. Maybe we'll have to come watch.
I know.
We'll bring
Seriously.
the treats.
Barnes
out.
Park
Everyone.
or whatever it's called.
Oh my
Kaysville.
gosh.
I know exactly. Yeah, so fun. That is exciting. You'll be amazing. I know it. Looking back at your journey,
Yeah.
you started in Sandy, Utah. Now you've been all over the world performing. You're leading a nationally dominant program.
Thank you.
What moment feels the most meaningful to you? I feel like this is a really hard question, so I'm sorry that
No,
I asked
I actually know
but-
exactly the most.
Oh, serious? Okay.
Yeah. 2 years ago, Purple Rain Year was 2 years ago, and it was just a really unique, special year in general. We had gotten Pan American, we were coming off a world championship, we'd won Pan American, and all those things were really great. But then Tassandra gave us this hard dance, and our turn section was at the last fourth of the dance. And so I was like, we don't have the stamina currently to do this routine. Like, we just don't. And they were conditioned. Like, my team was conditioned. And so it was a practice where I literally told them, like, we're going to do the dance 5 times, top through the turn section, which was like 1:40 of the dance.
That's a lot.
And without breaks. Like, I did not really even give them breaks. And they were all like, so nervous, but I was like, if we can get through this, we will be able to hit this routine. And they're like, okay. So, and Carter, my sweet brother, was the head captain, and he was just like, let's freaking go. And I remember, like, I was like, as a coach, I was like, I cannot believe I'm making them do this. But the last time they were like, we should just do our full out. And I was like, you want to do like the whole dance? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. And they did the full out, and they literally ended, and it was like a spiritual moment. And there was no one around, no one was watching, but the whole room was just crying. We were all crying.
That's so
I bet.
cool.
And I remember thinking, like, all these years has led to this moment of where, as a coach, I didn't have to make them do that. They wanted to do that. There was not like a quiet second of the routine. They were screaming the whole time. I'm still getting chills thinking about it. Like, it was just
chills.
Yeah.
I have cheers and
Yeah.
chills, and I'm getting teary-eyed.
I just think it was a moment where I was like, I think no matter what happens, if I never win another national championship, I actually do not care, because this is what not only I have built, but the people before them and this team have built, where we can be in a practice and do really hard things and love each other and just feel the love for each other and for dance. And I'll never forget that practice ever.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, I'm not a runner, but you know, when you watch runners and finish their
Yes.
marathon,
Yeah.
and it's like they have totally exhausted everything in them.
Yep.
I feel like that's maybe how the girls felt, or the girls and Carter.
Yeah.
Is it just Carter? Was it just Carter?
Yeah, it was just Carter at the
Yeah,
time.
the dancers, I'm sure that's how they felt, you know, like something that they probably thought was maybe impossible.
Yeah.
But they're like, you know what, we can do it. And then I'm sure, I can't even imagine that feeling. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That
No,
would
it was
have
like
been
euphoric.
so
It was
fun
crazy.
to be a fly on the wall.
Right. I would have loved it.
Yeah.
That is, I love that. I love that that's the
cool
moment that
memory.
you shared.
Yeah.
Because so many times in life, you want the trophy, you want the title, you want to win, but really you won at practice. That practice, you were world champions at that practice.
Yeah.
Because that's what you and your team created. And I love that. That is
so cool.
So powerful. Yeah. And if you're a dancer, like maybe we haven't shared those moments, but I feel like you've had a similar moment where you've had to give it everything you have, and running the routines multiple times to build up your endurance is some of the hardest things I've ever done physically. And so, and mentally. Mm-hmm. And so that is really amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Cool experience.
Yeah. Okay. Lightning round questions.
Woohoo.
Pretend you didn't see these. Maybe you didn't, but I don't know.
I glazed them. Couldn't tell you one of question that's on them.
Good. Okay. So, first answer that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Your favorite dance style to choreograph?
Contemporary.
I think I agree. Full. Yeah. Love it. Biggest pet peeve in rehearsal?
Chewing gum or talking.
Chewing my gum.
But you're not dancing. Yeah. Everyone will tell you that.
Yes.
Like literally, I'll like look at you and be like, spit out your gum, and everyone's like,
oh, yes. Yeah. That is, it would drive me crazy too.
Yeah.
And talking.
Mm-hmm.
And talking. I just more am like, my team will tell you if I have an expectation and you don't meet my expectation, it bothers me.
Yes.
And I will tell you.
I love that.
Which I feel like you should have very high expectations at your collegiate.
And they are very good. Like
yes.
they are so good. But we're all human.
Yeah. We are. Sometimes you forget to spit out your gum.
Yes.
What is your favorite song to listen to?
Oh. Well, I drive in silence usually.
I love that.
Yes.
I don't even know. My husband will laugh at me. He's a DJ and he's like, what song did you dance to? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, who was a singer? I don't
Still
know.
couldn't tell you.
Music.
I think my favorite song, this is not a... Okay, my karaoke song is Remix to Ignition by R. Kelly.
Not it.
But I'm not saying I'm going to listen to that song. I don't know. I feel like just maybe some country song.
Okay.
If it's like chill vibes.
Yeah. So you're a country girl.
I'm a country girl, yeah.
Love
we
it.
are too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more chill.
Yeah.
And I need that.
Yes.
Calm.
Any like favorite country artist?
Like, yes, but off the top of my head...
Luke Combs.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to his concert. Obsessed.
Okay.
Well, let's say him.
Let's
Okay,
just say
perfect.
that.
Luke Combs.
Amazing.
Kobe Johnson. Do you like him? Do you
It's
know
not
him?
ringing a bell.
Zach Top. He's kind of newer.
That sounds.
Zach
Bryan. I feel like maybe I'm like mid.
Yeah.
Like not the newest, but maybe like the middle range,
Yeah.
not the old.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Garth.
Yeah. Oh, Garth. Come on. That's like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I like this girl called Mandisa, but she like sings like Christian music.
Okay. I like it.
That's
I used
cool.
to like listen to this song called Overcomer all the time. But that was more in college when I like
When you were...
I needed Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What is your go-to drink?
I drink water, and if I get a drink at Swig, a strawberry breeze, or like maybe
Yes,
a
girl,
Fresca.
that's my drink.
Okay,
Yes,
Wait,
I
is that
love
a
it.
water one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I like Fresca.
I love Fresca.
I mean, when I'm pregnant, I like Sprite. I don't know.
Water.
But strawberry breeze is
It's
like
so good.
if someone's gonna get me a drink, they usually get me that,
Love it.
that.
but blended.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
like a
I've never had
Slurpee.
it blended.
Oh yeah, they charge you $1 for it. I do not know. I'm like, all you have to do is
just
put it
make
through
it
the
at home.
blender.
Like,
You
come
know?
on.
Yeah, but it's really good.
Maybe I'll have to try that from
Yeah.
now on.
Just like a sweet treat for yourself.
Yes. A little sweet treat. Okay. Advice that you repeat the most to your team.
Don't get in your head. Preparation has already been there. If you fail to prepare, then that's where you're going to fall short. And we are not falling short. We will be prepared. So I always just say to get out of your head and let's prepare.
That's awesome.
That is
This
really
is-
powerful.
Yeah. This is not a question on here, but like, how often do you guys practice?
Only 3 times a week.
Okay.
And then like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we practice. And then if it's like there's a football game, we do Saturday morning practices. And then during season, it just depends. Then we add like Tuesday morning practices and then Saturday like long practices. But yeah, we never practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays, mostly because Thursdays and Saturdays are usually basketball games. And then like Fridays and Saturdays are volleyball games. So yeah, we actually practiced way less than like I practiced in college, but I feel like it has led to success. And then I never practice on Sunday because we all need a day of rest. So, yeah.
I love that.
And your practices are probably more meaningful and a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
Productive.
Efficient. Yeah, productive. Yes.
They're like 5. So when we're in comp season and football season, they're 5-hour practices, and not on Saturdays, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But all my team will probably tell you, like, we don't have enough time. Like we could be here for longer. And I think that's good though, because then once you get to December, when we do practice every single day besides Sunday and like have 2 days and stuff, then it's like they're ready for that. But if we were pushing that hard from the beginning, I think you'd burn out.
Yeah. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah. That's a good balance.
Yeah.
Well,
Always
thank
need
you.
a day of rest.
That is so true. I know. We all need that.
I could use 2, I think. But
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Honestly,
thanks for
thank you
having me,
darling.
Like taking your time away from your family and from
your
your
baby.
team and just coming to sit down with us for a minute. You're amazing. And I know so many dancers and listeners and all the things are just going to eat this up because, you know, you're just so cute. I love it. You're very
darling.
real and
Thank you.
you're amazing.
I tell people, like, you get what you get with me. I am who I am. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, I love that. Erica, thank you so much for sharing your story, your leadership, and your impact on the dance community. Your journey is a powerful example of what discipline, education, and passion can create over time. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on the Keeping You OnStage podcast. Until next time, keep moving with purpose. Happy dancing!